Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, retail professionals, and welcome to episode 33 of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, executive editor of Total Retail. Today, I'm joined by Richard Mancinelli, loyalty program manager for Advance Auto Parts, a leading retailer of automotive replacement parts and accessories. We're going to be discussing the details of Advance Auto Parts' third annual mobile tour, which kicked off in early March, and the tour's focus on driving awareness for the retailer's rewards program, Speed Perks. Thanks for joining me, Richard.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today.
First question is, can you just tell us a little bit about Advance Auto Parts mobile tour, which is ongoing?
Yes, sure. So we have taken the Advance Auto Parts Speed Perks brand on the road, and we're basically going nationwide to a number of special events, car rallies, races, as well as other community events. And essentially, it's our third year working with Interactions Marketing, and it's really a great way to connect our brand with consumers in the automotive space. And so we've really designed the tour to be interactive and a positive way for customers to interact with us, with our tour managers and with our store team members all across the country.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the types of stops on the tour? And then a second part to that question, how does Advance Auto Parts determine or pick the sites that it'll stop at for its tour?
Sure. So we actually look at a number of automotive events where we know our consumers, our DIY, do-it-yourself automotive consumers like to be. So a lot of them are automotive races, so drag races, NASCAR races, as well as some newer areas of the segment for us when we go into, we're actually going to some drift competitions this year, as well as IndyCar. So it's really just kind of hitting a range of automotive enthusiasts, people that, like cars, that are going to these events, as well as some local areas in terms of different local clubs that might have automotive events in our markets. And everything that we do is really tied in very closely with our retail stores. So we always make sure that we're going somewhere where we have really excited and motivated team members. So we work very closely with our field organization so that they know where we're going, they have input and help us build the schedule. And many times, our regional vice presidents or district managers inform us of some areas and some events that we didn't even have on our schedule, and we will work with them and with the local organizations or the national organizations to see how we can bring the tour there. So it's kind of a partnership between us that are running Speed Perks there at the headquarters in Raleigh, as well as a partnership with our field organization. And then the other part too is we work very closely with our key vendors. So they may have relationships in different racing series or with different venues, and we work very closely with them in many of the stops that we set up and to really kind of display together and kind of have some additional engagement that way. If they have a display, we partner with them and really send attendees back and forth between our booths and partner with them closely.
As I mentioned, this is the third annual mobile tour for Advance Auto Parts. Can you talk about why experiential marketing and getting out there in the field, as you say, with your customers has become such an important part of the company's brand strategy?
Sure. So we have a majority of our sales occur in the store. We also have a really robust online presence with advanceautoparts.com. But the thing that this gives us when we take the brand out and take the RV on the road is it really puts us in a place where consumers want to be. Many times they come to the store because they have a job to do, and they may enjoy that, but in some cases it may also be something that they have to fix to get back on the road. So, we try to be as efficient as we can on our site or in our store to get people back on the road and get the parts and whatever products they need and help them. And this really gives us a chance to interact with them when they're relaxing. They've taken time off work if it's during the week, or they're out there on the weekend with friends and family walking around at different events, maybe between races, or they're maybe even displaying their own cars. And so this really gives us a chance to interact with them in a more relaxed, kind of a casual setting where, they can really choose to come and engage with us. And so we're really happy, when we have hundreds or in some case thousands of people stop by our booth in our RV tent area over a day or two and just have a really great chance to talk to them, see what projects they're working on, and explain to them, we're car folks just like they are.
In addition to that engagement and those relationships you're building on the tour, can you talk about some of the other objectives that Advance Auto Part hopes to achieve from this experience?
Sure. So when we originally started it a couple years ago, it was really kind of a learning experience for us. So a lot of it was driven around just, seeing how this works and how this can be successful. And so a lot of it was more based on just interactions, impressions, and getting email addresses for our customers. And then this last year, we really evolved it to say we can use this really to promote our Speed Perks program name and get that awareness up, as well as drive new member registrations and reward customers that are already registered. So new member registration was a really big part of it last year and continues into this year. And so that's one of the ways that we measure effectiveness. And this year we're doing a lot more. We're continuing to drive registrations with our iPads that we have at the RV tent area. And then in addition, we've improved it by layering on a mobile game that we've launched with our friends at Interactions Marketing so that people can stop by, have some interaction with us, play the game, share it with a friend. So we're measuring people that are playing our game as a new measure for us this year. And then social sharing is a key component of the game. And then also with some of our partners that we exhibit with, we'll have coupons where we may do something with a specific partner or even just $1 off so we can kind of track redemption for those coupons and see, the redemption rate and the engagement and sales that those might be driving in store with those coupons after the event.
Can you talk about any advice you might have that you can share with our audience who are also looking to either get started with experiential marketing or may have already started with the first campaign?
Sure. I think for us, it's really been a kind of a building. And so we've been looking at it kind of like as an ongoing kind of a process. So we kind of had some initial learnings in year one, and then in year two, last year we started to really kind of spread out and look at new geographic areas and new ways to reach our audience. And for us, the biggest learning has been really partnering closely with our retail organization so that they feel this is a great experience for them and worth them attending because they obviously have a lot to run with their stores. We have, about 5,000 stores. So for us, making sure that we work closely with them has been a really big area that I would suggest is a great opportunity. We actually have our managers and team members at the booth helping us with our brand ambassadors. And then lastly, just looking at new ideas, what we can layer on, whether it's the merchandise that we offer, the different ways that we can attract people to the event, either with emails beforehand or in-store materials. And an exciting thing this year we just kind of came across was our brand ambassadors actually have a small dog. So he's been really a great little brand ambassador for us with the little Advance Auto Parts shirts. So we're just looking at, what are the things we may already have that we maybe could leverage to, be a great reason for people to stop by and talk to us besides our parts knowledge and the help we can bring to them in the store.
That brings up a good point. Maybe I'll have one quick follow-up. How in advance of the events, how are you promoting it to get the audience, the message out to your audience where you're going to be? Is it a combination of, like you said, email, social media, even some print or in-store marketing efforts? Can you talk a little bit about promotion beforehand?
Sure. So that's an area we're really trying to step up this year. So I would say this is really a big learning year for us. So I think by working with our stores beforehand, we usually reach out to them a couple months early to make sure that it's a good stop for us and just confirm that they can attend. And so that gives them a chance to really talk to the customers that are coming into the stores, or if they have relationships with some of their partners in the local markets. They can let them know that we're going to be there. So our retail team members are really a huge opportunity for us since we're going to be in their markets. So we really are stepping up social this year in a bigger way. So if we have some sort of an exciting opportunity, like if we're partnering with a race series, we might have a driver stop by. And that's a great thing that we can put out there in social and drive, additional social engagements. And also we can do some geo-targeting messaging in social. And then emails, we've really started to evolve our email this year. So that's probably the other area that we're focusing on enhancing this year is doing more geo-targeting with our emails. So this year we've had a few emails go out where we just have geo-targeted messaging, within a few hundred miles of an event that people in that market would see if they're in, Florida, for example, that you might not see if you're in, New York City because it wouldn't be as appropriate. So we're looking at just all those key ways that you mentioned, social, email, and then word of mouth through our retail stores.
Great. Well, some great insights there for our audience. I want to take this opportunity to thank Richard Mancinelli for his time. Please check out our podcast channel page, mytotalretail.com/podcast for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on iTunes and Stitcher, but make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. Lastly, please follow us on Twitter at mytotalretail or on Facebook at facebook.com/mytotalretail. Thanks, and I look forward to you joining us on the next episode of Total Retail Talks.